Hello, Just Too Good here. Happy Throwback Thursday. Today I'm reviewing the $10 Vwi Fighter from 2006. This is a sealed set, so let's open this sucker up. Alright. Pour it all out. And inside there's just two bags and then one instruction booklet. So here is a build of the set, and now let's take a look at that minifigure. Here is a clone V-Wing pilot. Now this design is actually pretty cool. I like that torso print right there, which doesn't look too old, and you can see it even has some back torso printing, which is quite impressive. Now since it is an older figure, they don't have any printed faces underneath this little helmet design, and the helmet is molded so that it kind of reveals that plain black headpiece underneath. So that's kind of an interesting mold altogether. And the helmet itself actually has some nice sculpting to it and printing with the little Republic symbol up top. I actually really like how that came out. So overall, pretty detailed figure for this small little set. So back to the build, I put the ship in, I guess, landing mode. And you could fold out these wings right here and give it a little bit of a position of flight mode. But what I don't like is that the wings aren't really heavy enough to hold the vehicle. So it's always going to collapse like that. Now, that means that this is really meant to be played in flight mode when you're swooshing it around, so I guess that kind of makes sense. It just would have been nice to get a little bit of a stand, because it does look pleasant. I like the mesh of colors, with the dark red right here clashing with the gray. That's something a lot of these prequel trilogy vehicles have. They have a nice color mesh, with a lot of them using this dark red. Also, this design right here for this cockpit, I haven't seen before. Of course, it's an older piece. It's a little bit easy to remove if you hold down this back area. If you don't, it might collapse the whole vehicle. But you just pull that out, and inside you can see there's enough room for one minifigure. Now what I don't like about the cockpit is that some of the sides right here have a little bit of open space, and it just kind of looks ugly like that. I like it when they cover up the space around it. Other than that, they do have these two little, I guess, turrets right here, which you could spin around if you'd like, and there's one on both sides. There's also these little wings, which I kind of demonstrated earlier, that you could pull out. You could also pull out the ones up top and position them how you'd like, or if you want to collapse them like that, you could do that as well. And on the back, they do have a little bit of an engine, which is not too much, but it's still a nice design. And finally, this top part right here is where R4P17 sits. What I don't like is that it's just the head of the astromech. It's not the full body, so it's not much of an extra figure. It's just that little dome piece. Now, it's a cool design that only comes in one other set, but it still would have been cool to get a full body. There's also this little Republic kind of a circular tile right there, which is actually a nice printed design. There's no stickers in this set. So that's it for the build of the set, but now let's take a look at the box and the final verdict. Here's the box for the V-Wing Fighter. The 2006 designs are quite interesting because of the black kind of a design right here with Darth Vader's helmet. I always like that design. In the back, you can see they do have some alternate builds with this one right here and this one right here. This one looks okay, this one looks a little bit too wonky. So the instructions are pretty thin, but you do have some nice win advertisements right here, which shows some 2006 sets. Dino 2010, which only came out in Europe. We had Dino Attack in the United States, and this is a United States box. I guess they didn't want to change it on the back. And also, little advertisement for a predecessor to Lego Club. Even though it shows Lego Club right there, you can see it says Lego Magazine. And some 2006/2005 episode 3 sets, which is kind of cool that they advertise all of those together. So overall, the V-Wing Fighter is a pretty nice design. I mean, this was back when LEGO was starting to get more complex with the builds. I mean, in 2006 was sort of a turning point, I guess you could say, or around that time. And it shows, because this design right here is a lot more complex than something you would see in some of the earlier LEGO Star Wars stuff. Now, of course, I kind of miss getting $10 sets that actually have vehicles in them that aren't battle packs. Because nowadays, the $10 sets, yeah, they probably have the same amount of pieces, but they're so much smaller vehicles. This is a full ship, which is quite interesting. I mean, I know they re-released this in 2014, and it was a $25 set, but of course, it's because LEGO wants to keep up with a standard. They can't make sets like this with these really thin designs and just kind of, not really poorly put together, but it's much simpler than what you would expect now, so it makes sense that they don't make smaller sets like this, but it would be kind of nice to maybe see like a set with just 2 figures and about, you know, maybe a ship or something like that from the LEGO Star Wars line that's about $10. Not a full-on battle pack. I don't know, but that's just my 2 cents. What do you guys think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.